Hey, it's Biddy Penny. Welcome back to my channel. For some of you, this might be your second video today of mine. I am going to open a package from Tu Casa de Papel, and this is a bundle of fabric goodies and paper, and it is mostly, it's got a lot of Day of the Dead, but it's not totally Day of the Dead. It's also got Frida and just Mexican textures and textiles. It's great. This is a little handmade magnet that was included as a freebie with these bundles. And I got the green one because I picked the green and red bundle. Here, if you would like to take a snapshot, you can follow Tu Casa de Papel on her social media sites. It is her printables that I've been using in my Day of the Dead journals. I am going to be working on my shaped Sacred Heart journal in this video, so more on that to come. I loved this letter that she included about passages, and it's all about her journey in paper crafting and how it became, well, it started from a place of healing after she lost her father. And I can relate so closely to what she had written there. And I think a lot of us find therapeutic healing in the crafting that we do. It was just really beautiful. This is the fabric bundle. It's really a lot of scraps and a few larger pieces. I definitely love these textiles. They are woven for the most part. So this is not printed fabric. Some of it is. It's printed on cotton like this piece, but these other ones here, like this one, are a woven textile. They're just really lovely. I like all of it. I like that black cat on that one. But yeah, this was kind of a splurge for me and just something I wanted to do to support her shop because she is such a sweetheart. And I really do love the things that she does. I love her printables, and she posted a video of her making these, and I just really fell in love with it. So this is one of her printables here that she printed and included with the kit. So let me clear off my desk a little here and make room for all of the paper, which is coming up next. Never mind those butterflies in the top left. That's unrelated. I was working on my journal when this showed up, and it was just perfect timing. I love those little pottery pieces. If you've been here with me for a while, you may know that I did pottery from the time I was 8 years old until I was 16. And so those just really, I did ceramics, but those are just like kindred to me. And it's funny, like the thing that made me pick this bundle, because you could pick your bundles by color theme, and then there were 4 of each one, and you could kind of pick from there. And I picked mine based on the color theme that I liked, and then on one image that was included. But I really think this bundle was meant to be mine. There's a couple of pieces in here that actually are just going to go perfectly within my journal because they just match. Like this piece here, this is a Lions Club from Cody, Wyoming, and that is going to fit perfectly for my father, who, I will be honoring in my Day of the Dead journal, along with other family members. I loved that drawing. That's an original drawing that's just very old. There's a lot of different pieces and little scraps of things here and there. This is kind of fun. So I could pick either woman to go in the front, and that's why she put it on washi tape, or you could put a family photo there or whatever. I have totally remade this kind of folder that she made. I really wanted it because I had so many ideas. So this lady here is actually why I picked this bundle, because I was like, she looks like a gringo like me who loves like Mexican arts. Oh, it's true. That's exactly why I picked this one out of all the green and red ones. This is a little button card that she had made. But yeah, so I completely deconstruct this bundle here with you guys on camera, and then I reconstructed the folder off camera. Sorry about that, but that's what I did. And I will show that to y'all tomorrow when I come back for my hashtag crafty goals video. That video comes out on the 1st of every month. It's a collab video, and I always share everything that I made the month before. So yeah, I'll share how I remade this folder with you then. But here I'm just showing you all the different papers. I really love this one so much. And so you'll get to see how I use this piece of paper. Some of these, I don't know what I'm going to do with them, but it really doesn't matter because they will get used in my craft room at some point. And so I will just tuck them away and save some of these pages. There's a horoscope, and just old advertisements, all kinds of things. And it's all in Spanish. So I just love this folder that she made. And she actually sewed the pages together. And so I'm going to kind of reinforce it, add more pages to it, add pockets to it, and this is going to become like a storage place for me. So I'm really excited to put this to use. She got it started, and I am going to take it and keep adding to it. So I'm excited about that. I'm just playing here. I really loved this portrait just like it was, so that will be staying the same. All right, I have deconstructed everything. These are just kind of like paper scraps here, and so honestly, I just decided to take most of them and put them in my scrap bin. So that's where most of this stuff landed. I know you could do a lot with it, decorating pages. These are like immediate belly bands. You can make cards out of them. But being that I just kind of have one of each design, I did decide just to scrap it all. This one really fit my father's, so I kept that one. I kept the dragon fruit and the avocados to put inside of my journal that I'm working on, which is what I'm going to show you next. So there are some of the samplings. I didn't look to see if she still had some of these in stock before doing this voiceover. I checked the other day and she had one or two. And like I said, there are 4 different colorways. I'll leave her shop linked down below. So you guys, I started making this journal based on a greeting card. I used the greeting card as my base. It was the jumping off point for me doing a flip-flop journal, which is what this is. I completed my other one and gave it away already, and now I wanted to work on this one. This one is mine, and I'm kind of like making this like a Sacred Heart journal, also kind of a Day of the Dead journal. And all this confetti came in that box, and I had some ghosting on the inking that I did for the banner on the other side of this page, so I decided, well, these would make perfect little like confetti banners. So I glued those down. And then I had this drawing, which I really wanted to keep. I don't know the artist, I just imagine, as old as this paper is, that they're probably on the other side of things. So I tucked this in this vellum envelope that I had. And I loved this September receipt that came in the paper because my father's birthday is in September. So I thought that really fit and went well inside of this journal. And so I added that. I added a tag I had made and some printables. And what I'm going to do now with you guys is decorate this journal. I really wanted to finish it up and get it ready. I need to print off some photographs to put inside and start journaling inside of it. But I want to get the basic decoration for it done. So that's what I'm going to do here the remainder of this video with you guys is work on that decoration. This is like a cigar label that came inside of the box that I just did, the unboxing that I just did. So I thought it was really lovely on this page, and I decided to make this a belly band. So I could slip a card in there or some journaling and some paper. I knew I wanted to put ribbon at the top of a lot of these pages. This is a hand-cut shaped journal. So as I was saying in the beginning, I started this with a greeting card. And I covered the greeting card with cardstock and then just cut my pages down. This is all just hand cut. So it's imperfect, but I love that about it. And so I'm just going to start going randomly throughout here. I'm trying to use some of the paper that came in that kit. You know, that kit was like a splurge, but I want to put it to use. You know, I don't want to just like pack it away and not use it. I want to put it to use. This girl with the dog is perfect for my journal because I do want to kind of memorialize some of the pets that I've had, the dogs that I've had in my life. And this one really reminded me of my bear dogs. So I'm going to trim this out and just kind of save it. I wasn't ready to do any kind of spreads in this journal quite yet, like the journaling and adding the photos and all of that just yet. So I'm going to take this and tuck it in a pocket and save it. Now, this journal is a flip-flop journal, and what I want to do is make one side for like my family, my side of the family, and one side for my husband's side of the family. And just make pages dedicated to our family members who have passed. And so I was thinking of that as I went through and chose different patterns and chose different decorations. I wanted to respect, you know, like my husband's heritage, being from, you know, Jamaica and having, you know, I wanted some of the islands to be on his side of things. I also hand painted these sacred hearts, these painted hearts that I'm putting throughout. And so I'm just kind of looking through. I have a number of blank pages that I want to work on. One side of the journal seemed to have more blank pages than the other. And so I will just kind of work on that as I go. I thought this dragon fruit page, even though it's not like native to Jamaica or anything, I thought it would be good for his side of things. So this is a lot of what it's like working with a hand-shaped journal like this. Is there's a lot of tracing and kind of templates that you have to do to get the same shape repeated over and over. So it takes a little more time, obviously, to decorate and make a journal like this versus like a standard journal with rectangular pages. But I think it's totally worth it, especially for like special occasions or, you know, a special journal here and there. I wouldn't want it to be the thing that I always do, but on occasion, it's fun. So, and now I'm taking this scrap, and this is what is fun about playing with scraps and playing with like this different shaped journal, is that I'm coming up with ideas that I hadn't thought of before. So this page has a fold over pocket, and I decided to put this kind of belly band next to the pocket. And what I like about this is that I can tuck pieces in front of that belly band into the pocket, behind the belly band into the pocket, and it's just very different. It just adds an opportunity for layers, and I think that's so fun. So I'm looking around. Um, my kit came with quite a few like autumn themed things, but um, that's not really what this journal is about, so I'm not including those in this journal. Avocados, definitely. If you didn't know, Jamaica has some amazing avocados. Avocados that are huge. When I say huge, they are like 5 times bigger than any avocado you get in the store here. They are really creamy. They have like kind of a nutty flavor to them. Oh my gosh, they're just so amazing. And on my in-laws' property there, they have these avocado trees, and I mean, just these monstrous, huge avocados come off that tree every year, and they always bring some back for us, and it's a treasure to behold and to enjoy. So I just had to use that avocado paper there, and I created some double pockets. I'm going to end up covering up that stamped bird, but I'll tell you that this journal, a few times I had contemplated like abandoning it, because I really wasn't feeling the heart at the top, the heart-shaped page at the top, but then rectangle at the bottom. But I always, like with paper crafting, with junk journaling and card making, I try to always force myself to keep going. Like projects just, and I think this goes for art in general, it usually has some like awkwardness while you're making, while you're in the creative process. I think it's very typical to find awkward spots. And so you might be looking at this right now going, I don't know about this journal, Bitty Penny. It's pretty awkward and pretty strange. And I agree. I totally agree with you. But I wasn't going to give up on it. And that's just not my spirit, at least definitely not in paper crafting. I'm just going to press through and keep going and make it beautiful. So I have these old Stampin' Up! Papers in my stash, and I thought that they were just lovely, and that this journal really needed, for me, you do you, but for me, I wanted to cover some of these white pages, and so I grabbed this scrapbook paper to do that. So when I had printed these printables from Tu Casa de Papel, I printed them single-sided, because I've been trying to print single-sided and do more things like this, like cover it with patterned paper, cover it with old book pages, and diversify my journal pages a bit more. So that's exactly what I'm doing here. The other thing I've been trying to do more of is have pages at different like widths and heights. Now in this journal, all of my pages are the same height, and they didn't have to be, and it may not be that they remain that way, but it's just how it went for the original construction. I can always tip in or tape in shorter pages if I wanted, for more variety. I can also, like tip in photographs, and different things that I may want as I'm journaling in this journal. I will tell you, like, even though she went through some awkward stages, I do really love this journal now. It's unique. I'm not like hard pressed to make another one, but I'm grateful for it. And I think it's, very much one of a kind. And I think it is going to serve me and my family well as I sit down to remember our loved ones. So you can tell here, I'm just going through, finding different things, working through that stash of stuff that came in the box. This is one of the items that came in the box, which is one of Abet's printables for an envelope. And I am going to glue that to the cover, the inside cover. And I'm just going to glue down the back of it, but then keep it so that it opens all the way up is my idea and what I end up doing with it. So I want to decorate the pages, but I don't want to overly decorate the pages because I want to do a lot of that when I'm remembering and when I'm adding photos and memories. So what I decided to do next, because the tops of the pages were just still really looking rough to me, is I decided to bring in my trims. So yes, my desk is looking quite messy and full at this point, which is fine. But yeah, I want to come in and I'm going to add quite a bit of trim to this journal. So some of the trim I add along just the tops of the hearts, and then other trim I take and line from the tops of the hearts all the way down the like on this example, that right side of the page. It just depends, just going with the flow. So this is kind of like an eyelash trim, I think is the kind of trim this is. I don't know. I bought it for 50 cents. What a deal, right? This stuff is usually typically pretty pricey. But I just used my glue and glued that down to the page. And it is very secure. I'm not worried about it coming off at all. And then I know this for sure is eyelash trim because it looks like a bunch of false eyelashes. But I thought it was lovely. And I really like this. When I was growing up, a lot of times I would notice like that a lot of Mexican trucks were so cool because they usually had really neat artwork on the outside. And then they would have like pom-poms or decorations along the windshield. And they usually had like bright colors. And I've just always admired and been attracted to that kind of stuff. I love the individuality and the uniqueness of it all. So I had to pull in pom-poms because it just, for whatever, takes me back to that. I grew up in the DFW area and we had an amazing flea market. And that is where I'd usually see a lot of this kind of artwork. And I loved it. I loved it all. There was a trip where a time when we went to Mexico when I was a little girl, and my parents were like, you had to have the whole outfit. It like, you couldn't just stop at the dress, but you had to have the straw hat, the straw purse, you had to have the shoes. I had the little worry dolls. I don't know if you guys have ever seen those before, but I always loved like the worry dolls, and I love all the different textiles, from all over South America and Mexico. I just love that kind of artwork. It's very fitting that I now live in South Texas where it's all around me in places because it is what I'm drawn. I've always been drawn to it. I've always had like this kindred spirit with that kind of artwork. So yeah, I'm just adding trim, going, getting the flow, feeling how the journal feels as I turn from page to page, kind of getting an idea of where I want to add things. And it's coming together. I'm going to show you the finished, well, it's not finished, but it's finished enough for me to show you how my journal landed. So I absolutely love it. I added in all kinds of things. I mean, this is like ephemera and tulle and pom-poms and I mean, just all of the things. I've got pieces ready there for me to journal with. I, doodled on some of the pages. I added that trim to the tops of the pages. I made lots of hearts, and most of them are pockets. Here are a couple of pieces that I had shared with you about tucked in there. So this is kind of the side for my side of the family. And I even folded up her note about her, Yvette's journey in paper crafting and how it relates to her father, the loss of her father. Because I just thought that that really belonged well here in this journal. I have lots and lots of pockets, so plenty of places to tuck things. Lots of trim. That is a picture of the embroidery that I put on my sister-in-law's journal. Here is the other side. I still want to go back and add some like bling to these hearts. I'm not done with this journal yet, but I'm done enough to show you now. And then I've just got some random ephemera here from her printables tucked in. But I will be incorporating, this is for my husband's side of the family, I'll be incorporating more things from like Guyana and Jamaica. I did bring in like that tropical paper to make that tropical heart. And I'm showing you here how cool this belly band is along with the pocket. Oh, I'm going to have to carry that idea forward. But yeah, I put some different like tropical hearts and things in on his side of things. Really love how this came together. It's very eclectic. It's very me. And I love how bright it is because I get to celebrate the lives of so many people that we've loved by recording things about them in this journal. I have all these leftover ephemera pieces that I'm just going to go ahead and tuck back here in this pocket. And I will be able to pull those out and use those when I'm decorating. I hope you guys enjoyed this walkthrough. I'm going to be using these to make tassels because these sides aren't finished yet. But yeah, I'm going to add those to my tassels. I love how it's a home decor piece and a journal. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll see you next time. Bye.